how to think about motivation. We'll think about it from the hypothalamic perspective. So we could say one thing that motivation does is set goals. Motivation determines where you're going to aim. So if you're hungry, you're going to aim at something to eat. That will organize your perceptions so that you zero out everything that isn't relevant to that task, which is almost everything. You concentrate on those few things that are going to facilitate your movement forward. When you encounter those things, that produces positive emotion. As you move through the world towards your goal, and you see that things are laying themselves out that facilitate your movement forward, those things cause positive emotion.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And the meaning's pretty straightforward. It advocates having the courage to take that step towards a goal. And that's huge. You're making that decision to move forward towards something you want. But it's what happens immediately following that first step that I'm interested in. What happens when the journey's begun? And it's you and your goal, and all of a sudden you realize how long that road ahead really is. And this is a turning point for a lot of people. And those who can succeed are able to take their daunting, intimidating goal or journey and see it for what it really is.
The goal is to have a vision for your life such that, all things considered, that justifies your effort. Then what do? Make a schedule and stick to it. Set the schedule up so that you have the day you want. One of the things that you're going to insist upon is that at the end of the day, you're not in worse shape than you were at the beginning of the day.
You know what your objective is today, tomorrow, the end of the week, and the end of the year. And completing them day by day, these little victories, that's what gives your dream life. It's what gives you momentum. You feel good about the process. You'll have that foundation and that sense of accomplishment to stay focused. Because your approach is tangible and it's realistic. And if you define what you want, you define success, and begin stepping towards it 1 hour, 1 day at a time, you'll get where you want to be quicker than you thought.
Specify your goals, because how are you going to hit something if you don't know what it is? That isn't going to happen. And often people won't specify their goals too, because they don't like to specify conditions for failure. So if you keep yourself all vague and foggy, which is real easy, because that's just a matter of not doing as well, then you don't know when you fail. And people might say, well, I really don't want to know when I fail because that's painful. I'll keep myself blind about when I fail. That's fine, except you'll fail all the time then. You just won't know it until you've failed so badly that you're done. And that can easily happen by the time you're 40. So I would recommend that you don't let that happen. So that's willful blindness, right? You could have known, but you chose not to.
There's no denying that inside of you, the only thing that's going to make you happy in the year ahead and the decades ahead is going to be having you have an experience where, on a regular basis, you feel like your life is making progress. So it's got to be a vision that's compelling. Something that you know it's going to be a gift to make sure that it happens.
I don't like the way my life is. I want to make it better. And so somewhere in my mind, I linked up that what I should do is study success. That if you want anything in life, you got to make it a study. If you want to be successful, you got to study it. not leave it to chance. If you want to be happy, you've got to study happiness. If you want to be wealthy, you've got to study wealth. If you want to be healthy, you've got to study health. You can't just hope that things will turn out okay. You can see what hoping does for most people. Most people don't have what they want, and they just keep hoping it'll change. The bottom line for me is I went out and started studying success like a madman. I believe that if you will immerse yourself and focus on anything, you're going to get good at it. And so I decided to get good at understanding how to make my life work.